Good morning, Internet. This game practically doesn't exist. Nobody's talking about this game. So let's talk about this game that practically doesn't exist. Visions of Mana can go pretty deep gameplay wise. Admittedly, I exclusively played Morley. I mean, I tested the other ones, but I'm more well versed with this character than with anyone else. Uh, he might as well be the best character in the game. This slash thing he does has so many mechanical things going on. We'll get to that. That duck over there is not going to live long. So practically every character has a launcher. They call it stagger press, but you pause a little bit and then keep attacking, and then you go into your air combos. What I discovered early in the demo is that fire can relaunch them and then you go into another air combo. As far as I know, fire is the best tool to do that, to relaunch. It's pretty potent. You can immediately do this. Uh, yeah, that's it. This thing here, you can abuse it as a projectile. Cancel with a dodge and then redo it. You can also cancel it really early on without doing the last part, so you can practically use it as a dodge tool. You can also cancel it into other stuff like the elemental vessels, as you just saw. You can do it with spells and things. It doesn't work so well. I'm spamming it, it doesn't work. Speaking of spamming, this game practically works with buffer inputs, I would personally call it. After this search, I'm pressing dodge very early on, before he even lands. And the very next thing he does is dodging. So I call it input buffering. You can call it anything else, like chain commands or whatever. But this game is pretty lenient with input timing and whatnot, which makes it pretty playable on the PlayStation Portal because the input delays don't matter as much as they do in other games. Doing this tool at the end can really ruin your combos. Unless you use something like the elemental vessels, then you go back into a combo. And can do stuff like this. But this also has a built-in parry. Let me see if I can trigger it. Yes, like this. Thing is pretty broken in my opinion. Also very interesting, you can't do anything here unless you start the battle. Let me just quickly run away. This slash thing comes in handy here too, because you can basically start the battle from a long range and go into something like the elemental vessels. But the more interesting thing, in my opinion, is that you can immediately start the fight with a class strike, like this. There are some really strong bosses on the maps, which you can fire this up immediately and then rebuild your bar for maximum damage output or DPS or whatever. It's, as far as I know, pretty exclusive to Morley. I don't know. If you guys know anything similar with other characters, it would be pretty cool if you share this. No, I'm the only one telling everyone the dirty secrets of a game. About time you share something too. Every other weapon he has is also pretty interesting. Flute at the beginning to me looked like it's pretty lame. But he has a launcher with the cards. He launched, sent him, do this again. Okay, it didn't work. Let me do this. Jump, do the snatch thing that is exclusive to Dark. Finish your combos. Yeah, dagger also really strong. You could test this in a demo already. You can stop time with this, or make it slower rather. Oh, they die pretty quick with this. Okay, they're probably weak to this or something. Yeah, I think Molly is pretty cool. You can do your slash draws and then do your phantom blades and then sing about how you're a storm that is approaching. The spells and abilities here are not really as effective in combos as I wish they could be. I wish they would work like how arts work in Tales. I'm dead. But they don't. They have a pretty big delay. They don't really synergize well with everything else you have, which is my biggest critique in this game. And that you don't have anything like a practice mode to test all of this. But it's a pretty good game. If you not even interested in the gameplay aspect, it has pretty cool level designs. You can jump on everything and dash in the air until infinitely, until the game makes you fall faster down, which is the only limitation you have in the air. There are also really cool puzzles and mini games in dungeons, which are more interactive than puzzly. I don't know what's the correct word for it. This game doesn't have puzzles. You jump, you do weird gymnastic things. It is pretty video gamey, you know, which is pretty cool. Pretty sad what happened to devs, but you know how life is, dude. It starts to get good and then someone immediately kicks you in the balls. What can you do?